Hey there, comic book fans. This week, as I'm back from the comic shop, I got 7 new comics. Pretty big week for me. So let's start off with Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, issue number 16. As Beth and Orson's plan has gone awry, and Spanish Scott is after them. So we'll have to see if they can get out of this or not. And what's interesting is, let's see, I actually know how the story ends because it happened at the beginning of Stray Bullets. And I actually, on the 4th of July, I spent my 4th of July reading the original 41 issues of Stray Bullets, which is I don't have the Uber Alice edition, but they're all in there. And it was a pretty interesting, I hadn't read them in so long that I had forgotten most of the details. The Stray Bullets, the issue 40 came out, oops, it's fallen over, in issue 1 came out in like 96, and issue 40 came out in 2005, so it's been at least 10 years since I read most of them. So, the other ones, it's been 15 years or so. I'm going to have to tack that up, aren't I? But it was really interesting reading them all again. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this issue too. And next we have Spawn, issue 264, Eric Larson and Todd McFarlane. I had just read online that 266 is Eric Larson's last issue on this, so I might drop it after that. But I might give it an issue or two since it's a $2.99 book. It's a good price point. But this has been fun. Spawn in hell, now Spawn back to Earth. I think he's a little depowered from where he was. We'll have to see where it goes from here on Earth. I'm not even sure. But like I said, I've never bought Spawn regularly before this run. Only tried an issue here or there. I think the last issue I tried was probably in like 2012, and it didn't grab me at all. But this has been grabbing me, so check out some Larson and McFarlane Spawn. And next we have Revival, issue number 41, as it goes into its final year. Someone on YouTube said there's big happenings and revelations in this, so I don't want to go too much through it. But things are coming to head in our small town with our revived people, as the government intrusion on all their lives, and they've basically been in a pressure cooker this whole time because they closed off the town because people are coming back from the dead in the town, and there's some bad intentions from the authorities and some good intentions, and there's some good and bad intentions from the citizens too. So, but all these ghosts back, they might be souls separated from the bodies of the undead. We don't know. But can't wait to see how this series ends up. I've been enjoying it all the way through. Check out some Revival. And now we have Paper Girls number 7. Is this a wraparound cover? I think it is. Hold on a second. Let's see. Issue 6 was really good. Three of our 4 Paper Girls made their way to the future of 2016 from the 80s. I guess lightning striking them all. It's got a good stiff cover stock. I like that. And now we've got one of the Paper Girls is with a future version of herself who doesn't remember what happened to her in 1980, whatever year they're in. So we got time travel. We got I don't know if they're aliens or people from the future, but they're alien to us. It's been a very unpredictable ride with Paper Girls, but I like that. I like when things get unpredictable. That's a good feeling for me when I can't figure out what's going to happen next. So we'll see what happens next. The Walking Dead, issue 156. We all know The Walking Dead, and it's Negan meets Alpha. We'll see what happens with this. Once again, can't show too much because I don't want to spoil it. Talking heads, lots of those in The Walking Dead. Don't want to show any. But I've been enjoying this story arc a whole lot. Good stuff. Negan has escaped, which is annoying, but, who didn't see you know why it's annoying? Because who didn't see that coming? Who didn't see that coming? So just when I said the I like the unexpected. Sometimes the expected just makes you shit. You're like, shake your head. But, you know, it's still good, so I'm still with it. The Walking Dead, issue 156. What's the name? Queen and King. Is this a part 1? I don't know. Jackpot, issue number 3 from Aftershock. Stephanie Renee, Comic Craft. Ray Fawkes, Marco Fela. That's nice. Started out as a caper book. Now we got a little sort of mystical Illuminati thing going on. I don't know where this book is headed, besides the mystical Illuminati way. Our people who were pulling capers in the beginning now have come to the attention, at least one of them has, of this mystical Illuminati group who I think wanted to join, so it might be one of those type books. But, yeah, so far, and I like these. I know I might like the first 2 covers better than this one. That swirly background kind of leaves me a little cold. It's a little too mechanical. Not as many decisions made on it as with these faces. But I do enjoy some Jackpot, so I'm going to stick with it. And here we go with issue 2 of Howard Chaykin's Midnight of the Soul. Boy, my voice isn't strong tonight. Don't know why. I liked issue 1 a lot. It kind of changed. It was this interesting little historical piece about a man with some kind of, after World War II, he came home and wasn't the same. He got post-traumatic stress. He liberated the camps, and it did not, the whole stress of the war really got to him. But at the end, it turned into kind of this, I'm going to get revenge on my wife thing, because, I don't know, she's not acting right, but he hasn't been acting right for years since the war either, so I'm not sure what direction this book is going to go in. But I've liked Howard Chaykin in recent years. I've kept up with his stuff in the last 5-6 years, and we'll keep up with this one and see where it goes. Now we'll give you a little look at my background art. What is this, you're saying? Hulk and Wolverine? What the heck's going on here? But this is some of my practice inking from the early 90s. I haven't had these out in so long, but I figured I'd give you a look at how we did. If you wanted to learn how to ink and practice in the early 90s, this is how you did it. You needed some professional pencils. So this is a photocopy of the original art of a Dale Keown Hulk. Was at 371 page 5. And then you'd put a piece of, this is vellum tracing paper, so it's a thick tracing paper. You'd tape that down, and then you'd ink on it. I'd use a brush. That's all a brush and ink. So that's how you had to practice. That's how you had to learn to ink. Was by inking over a professional's pencils. I was inking over your own pen when you're trying to learn how to draw and learn how to ink at the same time was tough, so it was better to learn how to ink over someone. And there's, like I said, this is the one way, vellum over photocopy. And then the second way, which didn't do as much because it was actually a little bit harder in terms of back in the early. This is some Jim Lee pencils, X-Men 268 issue 14, a photocopy of the pencils. And this is done over blue line. Now you can do this really simple. You can print something out in blue line really simply these days on the computer. But back in those days, you had to find a photocopier that could handle 1-ply Bristol. And 1-ply Bristol isn't easy to find. Most Bristol is at least 2-ply. I don't even know. I wouldn't know now where to get 1-ply Bristol. But occasionally, some of us got some sheets of it, and we're like, oh, we got some 1-ply Bristol. Want to make some blue lines? We'd go over to the photocopier. We'd photocopy some. And I was always torn between which method I liked best, because sometimes it's tough to see the final line over blue line like this. And the vellum was a much cleaner way to work, but it was also tough working over tracing paper. So either way wasn't ideal. Printing out blue line today is much, much easier and much, you can change the composition, because this is photocopy blue line, which means it's a wax. It's a plastic. The ink is so it's a little doing an inkjet means the ink is easier. But there we go. That's how we used to practice our inking in the early 90s. I'm not exactly sure how they do it now. They must just print out stuff in blue line and ink over it. But that's how we used to have to do it. And you guys have a good week out there.